Spurge here with RevZilla, and in this video we are going to give you a breakdown overview of the new line of Axial Block Baselayers available at RevZilla.com. So the Axial Baselayers are an exclusive brand to us here at RevZilla, and really as we think of baselayers, Mr. McHugh is actually wearing Axial Baselayers underneath this. This is going to be an overview, you can zip that up, of the block baselayers, and really these aren't baselayers. I think there's a naming convention error that I would like to see Axial fix in the next iteration of this, but these are Axial mid layers. This is something that you would wear over just that plain old Axial base layer, and the block stands for wind blocking. So this is something you are going to wear in the colder months of the year to block the wind and keep you cozy and warm when you're riding your motorcycle. Now, we're calling this an overview video because there's all different types of pieces. Pat is wearing the jacket, the mid-layer top and bottom. There's a one piece. He's got the gloves on. Shake your foot for us there. He's got the booty on. And then really there's also going to be a sleeveless version, which you're going to see with this one. You've got some stretch and some fleece and some wind blocking. You've got helmet warmer, gaiters. There's a ton of different pieces here, but the technology is the same. You're going to be looking at a combination of wind blocking, stretch, and fleece to add to your base layers to keep you warm in the colder months of the year. Now, prices will range from $13 for I think the helmet liner, all the way up to $80 if you go with the one-piece outfit, which is the top and the bottom included. Sizes will range from a small up to a 5XL in some cases, and then depending on certain items, there's one size fits all. Some sizes only go up to like 3XL, I think, for the boot liners. So there's a lot of different variations in here, but really we're going to try and get through the gist of the technology of what you're going to see with this entire lineup. So from a sizing perspective, Pat stands at a commanding 6 feet tall. He weighs in at 220 pounds and he has a 44-inch chest. He is wearing an extra large in both, and you can see it fits him with a little bit of extra room in here. You could probably size down if you wanted to. This is what the size chart recommends, but I think if he sizes down, combining that with the base layers he has underneath, it might be a little bit too tight. This gives him a nice range of motion to wear, underneath the jacket. So let's start at the top and work our way down. Like we said a second ago, you are going to have this 3-cuff zip. What I would have liked to have seen is a full zipper on this one. The one that has the sleeves that come off gets a full zipper. I would have liked a full zipper on this particular piece too, but as it stands right now, you get a 3/4 zip, you put it on like a hoodie. You're gonna notice all this blue on the inside. This is your fleece lining. I love the color contrasting. For what it's worth, you'll never see it, except for when you're putting it on, but I do like the nice little blue on the inside. And you're gonna have this little honeycomb pattern that you'll see. Now what Axial is claiming is that this little honeycomb on the inside creates little pockets of warm air. And it saves that warm air and keeps it pressing right against your body so you stay nice and cozy. Frankly, I just think the fleece feels nice. Now, if we zip this back up, on the outside, you see this little cross pattern logo. Anywhere you see this, this is your wind blocker. So the wind can't get in. It can't penetrate you and it can't make you cold. However, it can if you see this little fleecy stretch on the inside of the arms. What I like about this is that a lot of times if you're going with wind blockers, it really does feel stiff. It feels like you're pulling against it. I think Axial's done a great job of incorporating stretch in key areas where you don't need the wind to block you, but it allows for more of a comfortable range of motion. Remember, if you're wearing wind blocking layers and they're so uncomfortable and bulky to wear that you don't want to wear them, they're not going to do you any good. So what I like about the design that Axial has come up with is you do have that stretch four-way in key areas. McHugh, go ahead and face sideways for us. Just strike the riding position so we can see it. You're going to see that wind blocker goes all the way down the sleeve to the top of the arm, but that stretch works its way underneath. It works its way around the shoulder blades and then all the way down the side. McHugh, backwards for me. Again, you can see really where that stretch lies in the back, and then you do have wind blocking at the back of this. I know a lot of folks that'll take the wind blocking out of the back of a jacket because that's not where the wind hits you. But a lot of times if you're on a gusty day, the wind can be coming from multiple directions. She is a tricky mistress. And the fact that you have wind blocking all around, I think is a nice added benefit. Now the one area that you'll see if you look down the back of the pants, there is no wind blocking on the back of the pants on this. I'm okay with this because you're gonna see all that stretch. So a lot of times with the pants, this is where it does feel bulky. It feels like it's kind of fighting against you. So the fact that you have stretch all the way down the back, I think is a nice little added touch. Pat, face forward for me. Let's stay down at the bottom and just take a look at those little booties because Pat is wearing the accompanying wind blocking socks, footwear, inner booties. The one thing to note here is that on the pants, there is a stirrup on the bottom. So if you do want to put those pants on, you have the little stirrup there to keep them in place. You don't pull them too up, they don't ride up on you, which I like. It's a nice little added touch and it doesn't add any discomfort. Now, the one area that I wasn't too fond of is they're saying that this is a monkey paw. This hole is so small, I can't fit my thumb through it. And this is an extra large. So Axial, if this is going to truly be a monkey paw, you got to make that a little bit bigger for the American-sized thumb. It kind of traps you right there at your knuckle, and then it doesn't want to come back out. So that's my one real nitpick is, from a sizing perspective, that monkey paw you're not going to want to use. But really what they've done is they've incorporated a lot of great technology to keep you warm in the colder months of the year, but it doesn't break the bank. Oftentimes you see wind blocking layers that get pretty pricey pretty quickly, but I think Axial did a good job this first time around. The one thing to note here is that these are wind blocking mid layers. Don't let that base layer name confuse you. If you are looking for true temperature regulating base layers, either to help you get cool or help you to stay warm, you want to be looking at just the Axial base layers, the Axial Block Baselayers. That's the wind blocker, that's your mid layer. This is gonna get you into cold weather. Now there's a lot of folks out there that are looking to ride in colder weather, and there's a lot of folks out there that have already used the Axial gear. So if you wanna hear more about what they have to say, click the little info button on your desktop or mobile device, read other rider reviews, and if you're still not sure as to which wind blocking mid layer is right for you, you can reach out to one of our gear geeks at 877-792-9455 or shoot an email over to cs@revzilla.com. And one of our gear geeks can walk you through all the options available to make sure you have the right gear for your ride as well as your budget. I want to thank you for joining us today for this look at the Axial Block. I'm going to just go ahead and say it. The Axial Block Mid Layers video. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.